it's a succubus. It just drains all your energy out. Just imagine hearing somebody complain about the same thing over and over and over. That shit gets annoying. And I tell people all the time, like, look, when you're coaching with me, and we finally take about 2 weeks to put like a coaching plan together as far as weight loss, mindset, or goals. One of those three. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks. So after I go through your entire life, I want to know what time you wake up, what time you going to sleep, all the different things like that. And if I give you a plan and they say, hey, this is our plan for you to lose weight, to make more money, to get to where you need to be in life, mentally, physically, emotionally, right? And you do nothing about it, I'm done. I'm done. I'm telling you, you got 1, 2, 3. I don't know what y'all metrics is, but for me, I give a person 3 opportunities. Okay. About 3 times. Okay. First time, I'm open. I'm listening to you. Okay. Hey, tell me what the problem is. What's going on? Right. The second time, we coming up with a plan. Hey, Queen B, appreciate you very much. The second time, we got the plan. Right. We got the plan now. The third time, if you're not implementing nothing in the plan, I got a problem with that. You mean to tell me you know what to do, but you're just not doing it? You like being miserable. And I'm A-OK. I'm A-OK with cutting those people off who are okay with being miserable, because I'm not. I'm not okay with that. You know, you better have the list. You know, you better have half of the list. Exactly. You know what I mean? And I think there's a handful of things that you have to have. And again, this is all about you, and it is subjective how much you can handle, right? You got to know what your absolute no-nos are. You got to know exactly what you will put up with and what you won't put up with. Okay, because everybody's threshold and tolerance is different. You know, some people could put up with a person who has bad credit, but working on it. Some people just absolutely can't. Like, you got bad credit, but you working on it. Okay. Some people just like, no, you got bad credit. I can't work with you because that's not where I'm at in life. And being okay with where you are in life, you know what I'm saying? I gave you my heart. Oh, I gave you my heart. Did you? I don't know if I can see it. Oh, yeah, you did give me a heart. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. I guess this is what you meant. Sorry if I misunderstood that. But being okay with looking at a person's situation and deciding if you can put up with it or not. You know, another situation, let's say, not just bad credit. What if that person, they've been at the same job for 20 plus years and they don't have, they're not making the money that you want? Hey, what's going on, Barracuda Cougar? How you doing? Hope all is well. We're talking about being okay with cutting people off that don't fit your expectations. Okay. And are people who are not actually working on themselves. Okay. There's a fine, thin line to that, right? Let's just say the person's not making the money that you would like for them to have, which means you can't go on vacations, you can't go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a strict budget, but they say, hey, I'm working on my finances, right? What if you get with somebody who's like, I'm working on my finances? If you're like, I could put up with it, cool, keep it going. But if you can't, and you have to be honest with yourself, let me sit up for this one. Here's the problem I have with most people. Most people, men and women, they are not honest enough with themselves to be honest to their partner, right? And the only way for you to get better with your partner is for you to be better with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't at your age. With Queen Bee, what are we talking about? What specifically is your absolute no-nos? Matter of fact, in the chat, do me a favor. Give me your top 3 things that you just absolutely will not put up with. You know, these 3 things. They can say you're dating somebody or wanting to date somebody, or you're in a relationship with somebody, and if they do one of these 3 things, like you're done. Like, that's it. So what's your thing? What's your cutoff? You know, but you got to figure that out, because if you don't know what your cutoff is, or your absolute no-nos, or what I call it, you setting yourself up for failure. You know, you setting yourself up to get hurt because you never set the expectation. You never set the bar, right? And so I like to judge people based on, here's the thing, hear me out. And I told you, I'm a very honest person. I'm a very honest coach. Hey, what's up, Ray? I'm honest with myself. So I got to be honest with you. Hey, honey. And if I know for a fact that I have bad money management skills. I have to be honest and say that. And most people are lying to themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're lying to themselves, so they lie to the other person. You know, first of all, if you're in your 30s, you know if you got money management issues. If you're in your 40s, you know for a fact that if you're not doing the right things, you got issues. Bad credit, no goals, and no plan. That's it. You got bad credit, you have no goals, and you have no plan of pulling yourself out of the situation. That's not going to work. And I think that's a kind of a standard for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me that at your age, again, I think once you get over the age of like, uh, once you get over the age of like 35, say 40, you know what I'm saying? You know what you want: lies, indecisiveness, and not ambitious. 100% good. Uh, you got to cut those people off, because if that's what if that's what who you are, if you know for a fact that you're fixing your credit, you have goals in life, and you have a plan, why would you get with somebody or even put up with somebody who doesn't have any of that? And I know people all the time, they settle. They just get in these relationships, they just settle and be like, well, they say they working on it. I need to see how you working on it. You know, matter of fact, if you here's the thing, you gotta be okay with calling people out, right? Just like the group I just got out of just now. Man, my mentor holds me like so accountable, which is why I hold people accountable as well too, right? When he gave me the plan, every week we check in. This is something I do with my clients as well. I want to, if I give you a plan, I want to see exactly what you're doing. Show me, right? I'm gonna give you a plan, and every week we checking in. I need to know. Thank you for that. We checking in. I need to make sure that you did the thing that you say you were going to do. So if you're dating somebody or wanting to date somebody, or you're in a relationship with somebody who say, hey, I want to get better at this particular thing, challenge that person. Say, let me see. What are you doing? See, that gives you a little bit more like grace. You don't have to cut them off completely. If they say, hey, you know what? I want to lose some weight. All right, bet. What are you doing? Did you hire a personal trainer? Are you looking up workouts online? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Dr. Dre. Are you actually working out? Are you tracking your calories? Did you do blood? All these things that you can utilize to verify and confirm that you're actually trying to do the thing. See, the problem is when a person says they want to do something and they keep saying it over and over and over, but then they don't do nothing, we don't call them out and we don't tell them, hey, you say you wanted to lose weight, but I see you still eating the same thing every single day. You said that you want to make more money, but I see you spending money all the time. You said that you wanted to fix your credit, but I haven't seen you call any type of credit company to help you fix your credit. You see what I'm saying? It's okay to hold a person accountable. Now, again, this is for people who are trying to date somebody or in a relationship with somebody. Obviously, you got to amicably do it with some people, but for me, I'm just straightforward. I'm like, don't tell me you want to do it, you ain't doing it at all. Because now I look at you, because you're not holding yourself accountable. When I need you to hold me accountable for something, or we're trying to grow, I know it ain't gonna happen. 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna happen. And here's the philosophy. All right, I need you, Angel. If you're in here, please make sure you put this in a pen. Right, if a person isn't already doing the thing that they say they want to do, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do it. Okay, if a person is not already doing the thing that they say they want to do, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do it. Okay. They just talk, in every situation. Oh, I want to spend more time with you. Bet. I haven't seen you carve no time out yet. I haven't seen you set a date. What do you want me to do? Your words are empty. You know what I'm saying? You're empty words. You're just saying stuff. And that does nothing to me. It does nothing for me. Again, when you're younger, thank you, Angel. Matter of fact, text me that too. I got to use that. That's gonna be my part of my next book. Um, if that person isn't willing to show you what they're doing, then it's like I kind of feel like you're lying to me, and I have no expectations for our relationship. Because if we're trying to grow and we're trying to go somewhere, and I see what you're doing to yourself, how am I supposed to be okay with what's happening in a relationship? Which is why I keep telling us to hold ourselves accountable for the stuff we say we're going to do. Again, if your first time seeing me, I've lost weight gained weight, done bodybuilding shows, healed myself from high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol issues, thyroid, mental issues. I've healed myself from all these different things, right? Because I said I was going to do it, and which is why people work with me now. If I say I'm going to do something, trust me, I'm going to do it. Last year, I told myself I was going to do. Well, I'm sorry, I said last year. I'm already in 2025. This year, I told myself I was going to do a bodybuilding show for the NPC. Right? No matter what happens in my life, I'm going to do another bodybuilding show at the age of 43. Okay. I said, I don't care what I got to do. I'm going to do it. Because that's just my mindset. It's not even about winning. It's not even about getting first place, even though I did get first place. I got first place, I got first place in one division, second place in two different divisions, and fourth place in another division. But I said I was going to do it, and I actually did it. So that means my track record of actually doing what I said I was going to do is pretty good. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing when people hire me as the coach. You ask for a particular thing, and you know for a fact, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to expect you to do the same exact thing because you're working with me. And I don't believe in lying. I don't believe in saying shit that I ain't going to do it. Again, hey, Phoenix, it doesn't mean you have to be a perfect person. It just means you have to put towards perfect effort. Okay. And now you're judging yourself based on the things that you're doing and not doing. Okay. So when that person that you're dating or want to date says that, now we're finna go there now. Let's go ahead and do it. They say they want to date you. They want to settle down. They want to get serious with you. Right. And again, I don't, most of the people who follow me are in their 30s and 40s. Right. We ain't got time playing. we ain't got time playing. Fortunately, I'm engaged and I'm happy. I'm good. I'm settled. That's why I do relationship coaching now. I've been there. I've been married twice, engaged twice. I'm good. Trust me. I understand relationships like nobody else. If a person isn't doing the thing they say they're going to do, already doing it, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do it. So if a person say they want to get serious with you and build a life together, we ain't 20 years old fluffing and feeling like this living in this fantasy land. No, you actually have to come through. You have to come through, and you have to make some type of effort. Where your responsibility is going to come in at is that being able to judge that person based on the effort and see, can you handle what that person's efforts are? Because if their efforts aren't good enough, they're not for you, and you got to be okay with that. You know. But then you have to be okay with saying that's not good enough for me. Where I am, it's good for somebody else, but not for me, because maybe you don't have the patience anymore like you used to. Hey, good night, coach. Thank you very much. Oh, Trinidad, appreciate you. Maybe you don't have the patience that you used to have, but you got to be okay with being honest with yourself and saying, I don't want to put up with that right now. I don't want to put up with somebody who, let's go there. Let's go there too. You got to have your absolute no-nos and absolutes, that things you're not going to put up with. If you don't want to date a dude who has 3 baby mamas, don't do it. Don't be like, well, he nice and he got a job and you already said you don't want to do it. So why are you putting up with it? You let somebody else talk you into it. Fellas, the same thing. If you don't want to date a girl who has multiple baby daddies, then don't do it. Only thing you're doing is you're saving yourself and you saving that person as well. The honesty, I promise you, honesty and transparency will get you everywhere in life. You know what I'm saying? It will help you get to a place to where you feel comfortable being uncomfortable. Say the thing that you don't really want to say because it frees you, right? It frees you up, you know? So hold yourself accountable, hold the other person accountable, be honest with yourself and be honest with that person. And be okay with going through the hard times and having hard conversations because it only makes you better. Baby mama drama equals chaos. Ooh, that was our topic tonight in our mentorship class, is dealing with chaos, you know. And here's the thing, like I said, if you're in your late 30s and 40s and you still got baby mama drama and baby daddy drama, you got to go get some therapy. You need to check yourself because there's something that you're doing that's perpetuating that issue, you know, or something that you're allowing to happen that keeps on happening. If that person is toxic, you need to get them laws in their life. You know what I mean? If they're not doing something that you expect them to do, then you're the problem because you expect them to do something they haven't done anyway, but you mad at them for not doing it. Get over it, move on, figure your own life out, you know? So being realistic, being honest, being okay, being uncomfortable is just maturity and growth. It's maturity and growth, right? And I'm gonna wrap it up by saying what I was saying, or what I started off with, which is talking about men. Our group coach, our group sessions today was mainly men, and we talked about men being comfortable with being themselves, being a superior man, being the leader, being the person that they say they should be. And like we said, nowadays most women are open to allowing a man to be a man. But the problem is, again, that most men haven't done the therapy, the mental, physical, and financial work to be comfortable being the strong man. Then, as a woman, you have to sit back and decide if that man is actually trying to be better. All right, here's for the women. All right, this is what we came up with tonight. This is what I came up with talking to the guys. It's like, and I grew up with nothing but women, and I've been married twice, so I get it, right? As a woman, you have the capability. Okay. And this doesn't mean settle. This doesn't mean baby him. This doesn't mean accept less than. A woman has an amazing capability of taking and facilitating a man who wants to be better and bringing him to where he feels he can be. Not where you want him to be, but you got to see that in him. Again, he has to have a goal. He has to have the plan, right? And he has to actually be working on it. If you find a man like that, man, you better settle down. do your due diligence. Do your due diligence as a woman. Figure out how to finesse them, support them, and trust me, that man. Again, once you get to a certain age, and you're trying to figure yourself out, and you figure it out, 9 times out of 10, that man gonna rock with you. You get to a certain age where you ain't got time playing no more. You don't feel like playing. You know what I mean? So if you see a man, this is for the ladies now, okay? If you see a man who is doing the mental work, I mean, he's going to therapy, okay, who's doing the financial work, which means he has a credit redemption, a credit repair company or something, like he's fixing his credit, right? Or a CPA. I have a CPA and accountant who's working on my stuff right now, right? And he actually has a plan. He has a mentor or a life coach, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And I'm telling you these things because that's what I do all day, every day. I've been on this self-awareness, self-development journey for 15 years. So people ask, how did you get here? It's been 15 years of therapy, life coaching, mentorship, hard times, ups and downs, credit repair, all 15 years. And I'm still not 100% there. But I get to this level where it's like, all right, let's go. We got to find another mentor. We got to find another credit repair company. We got to find other loan business. We got to go into this crypto stuff, you know. So there's always levels to it. So for the ladies, if you find a man who has a goal, who has a plan, and he's actually working it, you might want to hold on to that brother. Just be patient. Trust me, he'll take care of you. For the fellas, right? If you are in a place where you're trying to fix your mind, your body, and your finances, okay, and you're trying to settle down and find yourself a woman, be brutally honest with her. Like, tell her straight up, right now, I'm not financially where I need to be. My credit is not 100% right. And I forgot to leave the body out. My body's not 100% right. But here's my plan, and here's how I'm working on it. Bro, if you tell that woman that, I promise you she gonna love you. If she's a good woman and she's willing to accept where you are, right? But men need to stop lying. Women have to start accepting, not settling, accepting a person that may not have everything that you think he should have, but he's actually working on it. Trust me, it's hard. It's hard. Let me tell you something. It's harder to find a man nowadays, okay, that it's hard to find a man nowadays who 100% has himself together, right? It's easier to find a man who is in the realm of fixing himself, okay? It's even easier to find a man who ain't doing shit. So those those are your three options, you know what I'm saying? You either have a man who have all this stuff together, and 9 times out of 10, he's married and doing his own thing, right? Or in the middle, you have that guy who's fixing himself, he's working on himself. You got a whole lot of those guys, okay? But you have even more guys who ain't doing shit. Appreciate you, Carmen, right? So that's like the cesspool, right? You wanna know where a whole lot of men are? A lot of men ain't doing shit. You want to know where a smaller group of men is that's maybe available? Those men are working on them. Men are working on themselves, right? It just gets smaller the higher you get to the top, right? But if you're in this whole dating pool, men and women, Guys, be brutally honest with the woman. Tell her where you are right now. You ain't got to sugarcoat it and act like you can go buy some rental cars and be like, yeah, this is my car. You know, I don't know if I can say this on TikTok, but Negro, you know that ain't your car. You know what I mean? You rented that car. You know what I mean? Don't be spending your whole check acting like you got it. No, you don't have it right now. Just say you don't have it right now. But this is what you can do. If you're honest, it's okay. But you have to have the plan. And the woman has to see you work, bro. If the woman don't see you working, then she ain't gonna believe you. That's the thing. I've learned this, that if you're brutally honest with a woman, 9 times out of 10 she's gonna trust you because you say you're honest. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be like, you know what? He did say he didn't have his shit together. So why am I expecting him to have his shit together? He was honest about it. He did say he's working on himself. Give him a couple years before he really can treat you the way you feel like you should be treated. He said that. So you can't be mad at the brother. You know, I'm not saying you can't be annoyed or irritated, but you can't really be mad at him. You feel me? And lastly, if you get to a place in your life, and everybody does this, because I've done it several times, on this journey, honesty is so important, Imani. I wish people would just be brutally honest. You know, but people don't like to be honest because they're worried about what the other person going to say to them. And I'm like, it doesn't matter what the other person says. You have to be honest to yourself so you can be honest to that person so that person can respect you. It has nothing to do with what they're going to say. If that's your truth, you better speak your truth. They say the truth will set you free, and the only way you're going to be free is if you tell the doggone truth. Tell the truth. You know what I mean? That goes for any situation. With your body, your money, your overall situation, what's really happening in your life. You know what I'm saying? Well, Queen B, here's the thing: you can't lose something you never really had, and I believe in that 100%. People live in relationships with false realities and false expectations because they have never told the truth. So everything they're doing is a lie, which is the false. It is false. It's not real. Okay, it's not based on anything. So it was fake from the beginning. You keeping up this fake lie, fake relationship, and when you finally be real, then people get upset, then they get angry, and they want to be like, "Oh, you didn't tell me this in the beginning." But if you would have said it in the beginning, y'all could have saved both of y'all a whole lot of trial and error. You know what I mean? Uh, I don't care how they feel after I tell them the truth. I will keep absolutely, Angel, 100%. Seriously, things can be worked out if you're honest. But with honesty, trust needs to be there as well. 100%, Imani. And here's the thing about trust is that it's easier to trust a person when they give you enough reasons to be trustworthy. Meaning, I have to tell you everything. I got to tell you everything and let you decide how much you can handle. You know what I'm saying? But we're afraid of what people are going to say, and so we don't say nothing. Tay said I gave her a ring and she left me because she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. Wasn't no. Ty, let me tell you something. And I'm sorry you're catching this at the end of everything I'm saying right now. But if a person don't want you, it's not your problem. Think about it. That person doesn't want you. She said she wasn't ready. She's not ready for you. She's not ready for the person that you are. Don't blame yourself. Trust me, if you read my book, I talk about being emasculated as a man. I've done it before. I proposed to a woman, buying a $30,000 ring and all this bullshit, and then she ended up trying to freaking ruin my life, right? You know what I mean? And it wasn't my fault. She didn't want that version of me, and that's fine. So I had to become a better version of myself and get the person that does want that version of me. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is this: if a person is brutally honest, and Ty, I don't know if this is you, I don't know if this applies to you, but if it does, make this make sense, right? Make it make sense for your life so you can feel like, so you can move on. If a person is brutally honest to you and says, I'm not ready, please take that as thank you for saving my life. Thank you for saving me time. Thank you for saving me from heartache. Thank you for saving me from spending a whole bunch of money. Just thank you very, very much. I appreciate you for your honesty. You have no idea, especially if you've been through a bunch of bullshit. If you've been through a bunch of bullshit in relationships where people always lying, and then you find out the lie later, and then you're hurt, and you go through, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, you're not really sorry. You're sorry because you got count. How you bounce back from the engagement? I'm 30 with no kids. So not only did I bounce back from engagement, but also from two divorces and an engagement that what a woman tried to ruin my life. Ty, I looked at it as if it was an experience that I needed in order for me to become better. There's no there's no champion unless there's a challenge. Okay. Anytime you have a challenge, there's an opportunity for you to become a champion. You can either let it destroy you or you can let it build you, one or the other. It's going to hurt either way it goes. So you might as well look at it and be like, that wasn't for me. I needed to go through that particular experience in order for me to learn myself so I can move forward. The problem is the answer, and the answer is the problem, right? So I bounced back from my emasculation by realizing that was not my situation. If you put all your eggs in one freaking basket, like this is it, this is the end. Like, no, life doesn't work that way. Summer, spring, winter, fall. Summer, spring, winter, fall means there are seasons, means things fall off, things come back around, things get planted, things get plucked up. That's just the way life works. But if you look at your life just like that, you'll be okay with realizing that, you know what? There's always going to be summer, spring, winter, fall. There's always going to be night. There's always going to be daytime. So I bounced back by accepting the fact that that particular situation was not for me and it was not my season. I'm good. Does it hurt? Yes. Will I get over it fast? Maybe not. Am I going to get over it? Oh, absolutely. I'm going to keep moving on, moving forward. Look at it as a blessing. That person moved out the way so you can find, oh, 100% Imani. Imani, you on fire tonight. 100%. Again, if that person is telling you, I don't want you, thank you. The reason why we're hurt and we're triggered is because we haven't dealt with our own personal issues. Okay. You're only hurt and triggered when somebody push your button. That means there's something that was behind that pressure point that you've been holding on to, that once it got pushed, it exploded and it came out. All your emotions and all your frustration and everything came out. You were triggered. That means you haven't dealt with something that's internally bothering you. Maybe it's some self-value, and maybe it's some intentional self-awareness. Maybe, you're slightly insecure with yourself. I dealt with all that. I was insecure. I was fat, overweight, broke, and I felt ugly. So I had all that. I was divorced already, so I felt like my life was miserable. I experienced it all. But now, I ain't trying to brag, but ain't none of that shit happening right now. I ain't broke. Definitely ain't fat. I got a beautiful fiance. All my kids are good, except one. I'm working on him. He got issues, but I'm working on him. And I've learned to be okay with the process of life. And I just decided that I don't care what's going to happen. Even when I went through all my mental issues and wanted to take myself out, I was like, man, I ain't going out easy. If I leave this earth, it ain't going to be by my own hands. It's going to be some tragic random accident or something, or my body just gave out or whatever. But I ain't taking myself out. You know what I'm saying? I am going to fight in every situation and give everything I have to become the best version of myself, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, every way possible. Right? That's how you win. That's how you bounce back, Ty, if you're still here. I hope you understand that. You bounce back by becoming a better version of yourself, the version that you love the most, that everybody wants. You know what I'm saying? That, just be honest. Women, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Women love to see a confident man. They love to see a confident man. It's not even about your looks all the time. You could look good, that's cool. But if you open your mouth and you sound like stupid, then they don't like you. You know what I mean? I don't care what nobody say. Women like confident men. And that confident man is somebody who, has done the mental work to make themselves feel better. They bounce back from a breakup. They bounce back from being broke. They bounce back from going to jail. They bounce back from childhood trauma. That person, that strong man, women love that dude, right? Intelligent man, absolutely. Thank you, Angel. Somebody who's intelligent. You can't just be umming and dumbing. I call umming and dumbing. That's the dudes who are like, you know what I'm saying? You know, when I was like being cuz, don't do that. Umming and dumbing. Whenever you do that, people think you're dumb. Okay. Because you cannot articulate your words properly. It doesn't mean you have to, speak eloquently and, dot your I's and cross your T's. It just means you need to know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Umming and dumbing. Don't date them umming and dumbing dudes. If you're in your 40s and you still umming and dumbing, bro, go back to school or join a mentor group, read a couple of books. You know what I mean? No woman wants to be intelligence is turned. Absolutely. No woman wants to be around a guy who can't hold a conversation, even if it's on some bullshit sometime. Just hold a decent conversation. The woman wants to be able to take you to her family, take you to some corporate events, take you to a gala, and you can hold a conversation with anybody. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist or a scholar. You just got to be able to hold your own. And I tell people this all the time. This is why I got into speaking classes, because I was that and dumbing guy. I'm from Port Arthur. I can easily switch. I can switch clothes like that. Trust me. I can code switch like it ain't nothing. Hey, Lady Lock, what's happening? How you feeling? How you doing? Long time no see. Yes, at Queen Bee, I actually am starting my men's mentor group class. I'm going to be starting it up sometime next week. I'm also starting my overall group coaching class. That's actually be available next week as well. So I have my group coaching classes for men and for the general public, where we sit and talk about this. Actually, Angel, do me a favor, message Queen Bee, and then we'll get you set up for the group coaching class. We do weekly sessions, typically every Tuesday or Friday, and we just hop on a Zoom and we just talk. I have a topic every single day, whether it's myself or one of my other motivational speakers. We do this every single day, every single week at least. So, but yeah, no more umming and dumbing, guys. And the same thing goes for women. I think a man, absolutely, you're more than welcome. The man who feels confident about himself, and a woman will accept that man right where he is if he's confident, even if it's on some bullshit. I hate to say it, but it's true. That's why some women like bad boys. I used to like bad boys, right? We're getting older now. We ain't got time for that bullshit. Like, hey, bro, if you still a street dude, I can't say it, talk how I really want to talk. Okay. And you're in your 40s. Come on, bro. Come on. It's time to grow up. I know some people who went from street dudes to corporate dudes to legit. You know what I mean? They legit. They still have their stuff going on the side. But hey, man, come on, man. If you really want that woman, toughen up. Get your stuff together. You know what I mean? Be okay with that. But again, this all goes with doing the mental work, doing the physical work, means getting in shape. Hey, Ava Gray, what's going on? Getting in shape. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm about to wrap it up, but I've learned this too. This is why I got back into bodybuilding, and I really want to make my body look great. Anybody can understand this when I say this. When you really feel confident in your body and you love the way you look, your confidence goes through the roof. I mean, when you know you can wear anything and it's going to feel good and look good on you, it just does something to your mind and body. Your confidence goes through the roof. This is why I push people and I say fitness is life. I'm not just saying it as a cute little slogan. Fitness is really life. The concept makes sense, right? Because working out all the time don't feel good, but you got to do it and you like the results. That's just life. You're going to go through things that don't feel good, right? But you know that the storm don't last forever. Hey, pretty girl, it doesn't last forever. You just got to go through the process and then you get the results later, right? Fitness is life because you have to do the same thing over and over, right? Is it annoying? Yes. Do you like the results later? Yes. So why would you stop? You know what I'm saying? But yes, health is definitely wealth. And like I said, I've cured myself from all these different diseases and being obese, having hypothyroid, blood pressure, cholesterol issues, diabetes. I've cured myself from all that stuff. I've even been on anxiety medication, all that. Man, I don't need none of that. I just have to be more confident in myself and love what I'm doing and love myself enough to get to the place to where my mind and my body is accepting what's happening. And now I love myself and I feel good about my continuous growth. And that's the only thing I would do for y'all. I do the same thing over and over. You know what I mean? Queen Bee, hit me up, direct message me. We'll get you going. Discipline, man. That's another thing. Thank you, Angel. That's why she's my assistant. But I do virtual training and personal training, coaching. I do it all. Life coaching and personal training. That's my thing. You know, the discipline that you get from fitness can be applied to life. I know people, we look at working out like, oh man, it's so annoying. But no, listen, it's bigger than fitness. Okay. Let me tell you why it's bigger than fitness. Because if I write you a workout plan and I write you a meal plan, and then every week we're meeting up and I hold you accountable, and you say, Ricky, I lost 5 pounds this week by sticking to this particular plan. Now you say, Ricky, I need to make $300,000 this year. Okay. Bet. Let's sit back and look at the plan. How much money you making now? What are your resources? How can you diversify? All these different things that's going to help you make more money. It's the same concept. So my thing is very, very simple. If you said you could do one thing and you accomplished it, you could do the same concept with everything else in life. You just have to actually apply the system. Just apply the system. For instance, as I said, this last book I wrote, which is so funny. This last book I wrote, and that's why even Angel had to remind me that I have a book. What my other book at? Anyway, I got 3 books. I wrote 3 books, right? And it wasn't because I'm an author and I'm a motivational speaker and all that stuff, because I do that. I am an author and a motivational speaker. It's because I told myself that I was going to do it. Now you're going to write a book. I don't care how long it take you. I don't care how much money it costs you. You're going to write a book. Like that. And another reason I wrote that is because growing up, teachers told me that I couldn't read, I couldn't write, I was dyslexic, I would never become nothing in life. Only thing I would ever do in life was play football because I was good at that. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you, but I can tell you. So some things I do is out of habit now. You know, I just create these success habits, and I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna actually do it. So like this year, I did the bodybuilding show. Year before that, I got my massage therapy license. Year before that, that same year, I finished. I was one of the first 10 students to graduate from Jay Shetty's life coaching and success school. The first 10, and I did it in less than 6 months. Right, and that was during COVID. I was like, nope, I'm gonna take my money, I'm gonna invest in myself, I'm gonna become one of the best life coaches in the world. And I did exactly that, right? But I learned that from fitness. When I lost my first 100 pounds, I said, I'm going to stick to this diet. I'm going to do these workouts. I'm going to do this over and over and over, no matter what. And now my brain is just programmed systematically. You do the same thing over and over and over till you get the results. And then you can enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? You have 21 days to create a habit, 90 days to make a lifestyle, 100%. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Follow me. I will follow you back as long as you have good content. If you're looking for a coach and personal trainer, that's me. That's what I do. I coach from nutrition, your lifestyle, hormone health, blood work health, anything that has to do with your mind and body and recovery. That's what I do. I'm a licensed massage therapist, a licensed therapist, certified nutritionist, certified personal trainer, certified. Yeah, I'm certified in a lot of stuff. I got so many doggone certifications. It's funny. It's not even about a certification no more. Matter of fact, I got them jokers back there, and it's not even about that. It's about my experience and my ability to help you. So message me directly. Absolutely, Dr. Angel Banks. Keep speaking life to those dreams and visions. 100%. I have to. I have to. And the last thing I would say is this: the point in time in my life when I didn't want to be here, you know, I made it the point to say that I am going to do everything I can to become the best version of myself. That was it. A certified in Jesus Christ. I actually was an ordained minister, and I did finish seminary school back in 2008. So, yeah, I've done it all. So anyway, y'all, much love. I appreciate you. Y'all have an amazing day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I message you. Actually, yeah, Queen B, I will message you. I'm gonna go. I have one more. It's 10 o'clock. I shouldn't be eating. I'm gonna go eat right quick, and then I'm going to bed. All right. Much love, y'all. Good night.